Hi everybody, it's Bibiana and welcome back to my channel. So I'm doing a mummy video today talking all about twin pregnancies, and there's something about twins that just gets me so excited because I've been getting a lot of questions from twin mamas and expectant mamas about, tips on how to prepare for twins or how to handle twins. And so I thought, let me just do a video because I know it can be quite daunting, especially if you're a first time mom as well. And that was my situation when I first had the twins. They were my first pregnancy, and after having the experience of having a twin pregnancy and now a singleton, I know there's definitely a big difference. So having a video just for twin mamas I hope will be helpful and encouraging. My first tip would be to prepare early, and this is not only advice I got from my doctors and midwife but also from other twin mamas I spoke to who had very interesting stories of how they had their babies surprisingly a lot earlier than they were expecting. So just having things prepared like the hospital bag, having car seats, having maybe the nursery ready, are all just the kind of things you probably do a lot earlier than you would have done if it was a singleton pregnancy. And even planning things like your baby shower, probably a good idea to plan that early as well. You might just feel a lot more uncomfortable later on in your pregnancy. The next thing I would say is ask for help and don't be afraid to accept the help when it comes to you. None of this, oh I'm fine, when people are offering left, right and center, because people know how challenging it is having twins, and you will just end up burning yourself out if you try and do everything by yourself. And if you're not sure what you want people to do, I found helpful having a list. By the time I went around the house or just thought about all the things that I do in a typical day, from the laundry to the cleaning to the shopping to the nappies to the cooking, you realize there's quite a few things you can delegate to a lot of other people who are willing to do it while you are trying to take care of your newborn babies and adjust to this new life as a mother. For me, it was really handy having my mother-in-law who came to stay with us for a few weeks, which was just amazing. My mother helped as well, but she works full-time, so just having family around was just so so warming and encouraging for me. And if you don't have the family or the friends or the church community in that village who can help you, then I would definitely still recommend getting some kind of help, and maybe a stretch if you can afford it, hiring help, just so you can get a little bit of rest and have that extra pair of hands just makes so much difference. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is being resourceful. Now there's no doubt that twins are a huge financial investment and will cost you, sorry guys, a lot more than having a single child, but it doesn't have to be double the cost. There's definitely ways of saving money. So things we did and I was definitely happy with is like thrifting, i.e. shopping secondhand, eBay, Gumtree, and some days we'd just be shopping around and be like, oh, there's a good deal, this person, they have twins as well and they're selling this item, and it's great because they're selling two as well and we're able to get it at a bargain price. Even little things like our bloom chairs in the kitchen, everyone seems to be in love with them. The thing is, I got those thrifted, one off eBay, one off Gumtree. The only reason they look new is because I bought the inserts brand new. If it's your first pregnancy, you may not have the privilege of having hand-me-downs from another child. So if other people are willing to offer their, old baby things, don't be afraid to just accept it. So my old boss gave me her daughter's cot, and I was just really grateful for that. It was really beautiful, vintage kind of cot, and we just cleaned it, sanded it, painted it. I mean, you can make it your own. Another thing is, for parents of twins and multiples, there is something called TAMBA, TAMBA, and it stands for Twins and Multiple Birth Association, and that is obviously for twin parents and parents of multiples, and you get a card, you become a member, and it gives you amazing discounts at high street shops. So you can get discounts at Mothercare, at Clark's, and these are obviously good quality shops where you are entitled to a discount just because you have twins. So I definitely look into that because a lot of people don't know about that. Try and stay active for as long as you possibly can, obviously discussing with your doctors what kind of exercises are appropriate for your stage of pregnancy. Because if you think about it, there are a lot of risks associated anyway with regular pregnancy or single pregnancy, and those risks are only going to be increased with a twin pregnancy. It's nothing really to concern yourself or be fearful of, but it's important to be informed. And so things like Gestational diabetes, I believe, is like the placenta secreting some anti-insulin hormone. So in my case, I had fraternal twins, 2 placentas, so that's probably twice the risk, if not an increased risk, of getting gestational diabetes. So advice was just to keep on staying active. But I carried on doing other exercise activities. And then as I got towards the end of the pregnancies, I still picked up things like Pilates, just to maintain my muscle tone and make sure I didn't get back problems, which is obviously quite common in twin pregnancy. Sorry, you can probably hear them in the background. And you know, you don't have to be confined to bed rest. Having twins does not mean that you're going to be on bed rest, as long as you take active steps before getting pregnant or even during the pregnancy to just stay healthy with what you eat and active as well, which is why I found just super helpful to make sure the pregnancy progressed well, and which meant I was able to still be walking around the place at 38 weeks with a huge belly. Next thing I advise is definitely establishing some kind of routine. I know, easier said than done. Just trying to make sure that I fed them at the same time really helped. So I was nursing the twins, really challenging at first to latch them both on, but I also realized that it meant they slept kind of around the same time, and even if it just meant that window where they both sleep at the same time, that I got some rest, it was so worth it, rather than just going through that day where you feel that you're constantly just feeding and changing nappies and cleaning up, and those are the days that are gonna make you feel completely exhausted if you don't see any, you know, end in sight or any possibility of a break, because it's from one twin to the next. I found doing things at the exact same time really helped, and as they got a little bit older, it was a lot easier to establish those kind of routine, because kids do thrive on routine, and it's really going to help you in the long run as well. And now I have 3 kids. I'm so grateful for the fact that we did that early, and Caleb's just kind of slipped into the twins routine, and now they all kind of, you know, just sleep at the same time, eat at the same time, and that's really what you want, just so you can have your own mummy time as well. You're going to have a lot of attention just for the fact that you have 2 small children who are the same age, and twins are just fascinating to everybody. So this one is just a little bit of banter. I found these comments funny. A lot of my other twin mama friends kind of found them annoying. So let me know in the comments below if these are the kind of comments you are hearing regularly and how you respond or how you feel. So the most common one I get is, "You must have your hands full." They are identical twins. Now this one is funny to me because obviously they're boy and girl twins, and I made very intentional efforts to make it obvious who is older. My friends, brothers, sisters, cousin has twins, and my mom is a twin. I wish I was a twin. I want twins. How do I get twins? Oh my gosh, do you sleep? You probably get no sleep. Can you tell them apart? As a parent, do you know which is which, or could you always mix them up as well? Do twins run in your family? Did you have your twins naturally, or did you get help? Ooh, looks like hard work, double trouble. So maybe have some answers ready, because these are the common questions you are going to get asked if you are expecting twins. My last point, and the most important, is prayer. Now I'm not going to act like everything went smoothly and this pregnancy was amazing, because twin pregnancies can be unpredictable. But my pregnancy with the twins was probably the most stressful and emotional time of my entire life. I had the heartburn, the swelling, I had preeclampsia. And guys, I just had very large babies to carry. I was walking around with 16 pounds of baby, and this was my first pregnancy, our first year of marriage. And you know, just all that all together can just be, you know, a lot of pressure on a woman. But I had a sense of peace, and I definitely feel that came from 3 important things, which is prayer, reading faith-filled books, and spending time in the Word and truly meditating on God's truth and what God had to say about this pregnancy. Because you know, you're always going to hear what other people have to say, you're always going to hear what the health professionals have to say, but I was able to have a sense of peace despite, you know, what I was hearing from the outside. There's nothing better than feeling the presence of God when you're going through something that, you know, no one else really can feel or truly understand what you're feeling at that moment, and it's just a mix of emotions. And one of the key things I prayed for is joy. I wanted to be a happy mom. I wanted to have a happy pregnancy. I knew it would have its challenges, but I wanted that joy of the Lord to be my strength. I prayed for strength for my husband. I prayed for healthy children. I prayed to be a good mom, parent with grace, to have patience. I prayed for a village, guys. I prayed for help. I prayed for our finances. And you know, and the final prayer I always made was, let your will be done. Because let me not forget, you know, people are always going to be telling you stories. As your pregnancy goes, you're going to be hearing good news, bad news here and there. That can always fill you with fear. But I never wanted to live with fear. I wanted to live with faith, knowing that at the end of the day, I'm trusting God's will to be done. He's the one who opens and closes my womb at the right time. So one of my favorite scriptures to meditate on was Psalm 139 verse 13, which just says, created our innermost beings, he knit us together in our mother's womb, and he knows every intricate part of us. So just rely on meditating on God's truth and exchanging it with whatever the enemy is trying to deceive you with, and that will help you have that inner joy and peace, which is the only way you're gonna truly enjoy the journey of pregnancy. So I really hope this encourages you, or can encourage somebody who is expecting twins. I pray for grace and strength and a healthy pregnancy, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye guys.